We're here in North Dakota, and we have as our guest with us today Abraham Thomas Kochi, coming here from India. And the last time we were together, we were guests in his home. And now we're blessed to have him here, and he's been traveling around the USA telling God's people what the Lord is doing in India through the SBS and VBS programs that they're running over there. And we want to get the latest report of the progress. And so, brother, welcome to North Dakota. Thanks for coming.
It's a great joy for me to join you in North Dakota. All the time you and Nancy are visiting India. I made it a point to visit you.
Yes, we're delighted to have you.
Okay.
We're going to make a Westerner out of it.
Oh, okay. You are always an Indian, so no problem.
Yesterday, brother had hamburgers and macaroni and cheese. You don't get much more American than that, and he liked them, so we're doing well with him. And he went to a rodeo. He fit right in over there, too. He had on his cowboy hat. He looked great.
Yeah.
Well, the last time we were together, the camping center was not complete. Things were still under construction, but that was 2 years ago. You've come a long way since then. Tell us about it.
Yes, after the last 2 years, we were working hard on the project, and now the second phase of the camp center, that's the accommodation part of it is ready for the dedication on 8th of December 2012.
So in 8th of December, you're going to have a dedication, which will be a pretty big...
Yeah, we are expecting 3,000 people from all over India.
3,000.
That's right.
Oh my. Well, that's huge. One of the things you're going to have to get used to when we're talking about things in India is large numbers. What is the population of India?
Now, our population is 1.21 billion.
That's about 4 times the population of the USA and Canada. That means the room you're sitting in and watching this, you look around you and you count the people, you multiply them by 4, and cut the space down by about 1/3. That's India. If you could describe India in a word, it's people.
Yeah, that's right. But we are going to overtake China.
You mean population-wise?
Yes. By 2035, we are going to be 1.5 billion, and we can expect another 300 million people within the 20-25 years.
And so how does that fit in with the plans of SBS and the population expansion? I mean, those are enormous numbers.
So we have to train people to reach the population tomorrow. That's why we are training our younger generation to reach the unreached people of 2020, 25, 30 and 35. If the Lord's coming is tardying, our younger generation, those who are in the high school and in the college, they are the leaders. They are the people to reach the next generation.
I see. And how are you going to go about that?
That's why we are providing the best training to our younger generation. Because in India, now every nook and corner, the government is providing computer education, literacy, and because of that, we can see a new India within few years.
I have seen the face of India change. In the 20 years that I've been going, I have seen the technology centers grow, the new IT industry expand, and there is a middle class that is rising in India, and I can see eventually India is going to leave the slums behind, and people are becoming increasingly literate, increasingly computer sophisticated. Everything is there. The modern technology is there. India is really moving along.
Yeah, recent past, our parliament passed a bill that it is the birthright of every child to get best education.
So how do you intend to reach that many souls for Christ?
Well, we have a plan for training our younger generation to reach the unreached population of India. By 2020 and 25 and 30, the leaders of tomorrow, they are the people, those who are in the high school and college now. SBS is planning to give them the best training to reach the unreached people in the coming future. That's why we have the master teachers training and local training programs all over India.
What is a master teacher's training?
A master teacher is the person who can train their local people, going to their respective villages and provide them the training in their local language.
What training? You're talking about training them to teach others, or you're not talking about preaching the gospel to these teachers?
A master teacher is the person who can train teachers to reach the unreached children.
Aha!
responsible.
So you're sending locals back into their local area?
That's right.
How's that working out?
Well, for the last 10 years we were working on that project and it is successful. And we have trained almost 5,000, 6,000 people in North India.
So 5,000, 6,000 people are back in their local areas teaching their own
People.
friends and neighbors and people in the community
Mm-hmm.
VBS,
VBS.
Vacation Bible School.
Vacation Bible School. Now this is the season of our Vacation Bible School, and this year in 2012 we are expecting 250,000 children to attend our VBS.
Now, when you say this is the season, what does that mean? School is out of session?
Now this is a summer vacation for the kids.
Oh, okay. The children have free time, they can come.
Yes.
And how many you say are coming?
250,000 children.
250,000. You intend to teach VBS to 250,000 people
That's right.
in 2 months.
In 2 months.
Well, see what I mean? Enormous numbers, tremendous numbers. How do you do that?
So we have materials, visual aids, flashcards and workbooks for these children. And we print it and transport it to their local village area.
Well, India has how many different languages? 20?
Yeah, major languages 35 are there.
Major languages 35. How do you overcome that difficulty?
That's why we are trying to train people in the respective language.
But I'm thinking in terms of these books and the media that you use, the materials, you'll have to print these things in each language, yes?
Yes.
My, that's a big undertaking.
At present we have literature in 15 languages.
Oh, that's a lot.
Well, in the coming 10 years we have to increase it to 30 languages.
So you're looking off
Yeah.
into you're planning for these things
That's right.
and working towards these goals.
Yeah. That's why this year, God willing, we have a special program for All India Master Teachers Training in the month of November for 3-4 weeks. They are coming from different North Indian states to Kerala in our camp center.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to give them the best training with the best faculty available. Why? Because India government recently announced that it is a birthright for every child to get the best education.
I see.
So government is providing computers and the latest education methods, using the latest methods to teach the unreached children.
You're bringing how many master teachers to Kerala for training?
This time we are expecting 60 participants.
And they're coming from the north.
They are coming from 35 states.
Tremendous logistical problems. It must cost quite a bit of money to bring a man. They come by train,
Yes.
bus,
Yes.
all the way from the north.
And they have to come, stay with us for 3 weeks.
Feed them.
Feed them. Then we have to provide them the best literature, classroom facility, and this costs a lot.
And how long do they come and stay with you?
There will be 3 weeks training and they have to travel another 1 week. Altogether it will be 1 month.
So these men are really committed and dedicated.
Yeah, for one Indian participant it costs around $400
U.S.
US dollars.
But that is a month of training, 3 weeks of training and then travel and all expenses paid, $400.
That's right.
Well, costs that much money to get out of bed here.
Our aim is to train 20,000 volunteers and teachers all over India by 2025.
So you're going to be training these people all in their native language? You train them in English? How does this work?
The master training will be in English, so we select people who can understand English.
I see.
Yeah.
So you have a selection process.
We have people across India, those who are now in the field, so they will select the people and send them to the camps. After the dedication of this camp center, our aim is to use this camp center as a training institute, like a college. So we have to bring people every month or every quarter, train them, send them to their respective villages. For that, we are planning with a good curriculum, and also we have plans for training the evangelists, laymen, women, youth and everybody for this great task.
You must have plans for your own growth and your own development as an organization too, huh?
Yes, that's why, immediately after the dedication of this second phase of the camp center, we have to go for a third phase. That's the dining, kitchen, cafeteria, and other area.
So really there's some more work to be done on the camping center.
Yeah, once that is completed, then we can go with our programs
What would
in
you say?
an enormous way.
What would you say? You're about 75%?
Yeah, now the 75% of the work is done, and 25% is the kitchen, dining, and other facilities.
Okay.
Then we have a plan to set up a library, a research center, an audio video studio for the developing children. Another area we are developing is the northeastern states. Now we have a project in Mizoram Tripura border for the Riang tribal people. They were the people sent out from Mizoram, and when they came to Tripura state, the communist government, they did not allow them to enter into their state. So they were put on 6 hills there, and there are the 6 refugee camps now. Our brother K. Thomas went there 8 years ago, and he found this is a new area where we can do a lot of ministry. So he started moving into their respective villages, met men and women there. He trained some people to reach the unreached children. Almost 60,000 children below the age of 10 are living in that particular Riang.
60,000 refugee children.
Yes.
And so if it were not for SBS, they would not be getting any education.
So far there's no program from the government.
No schools.
No schools. But our volunteer, the Brother Thomas Joseph, he met with some of our Indian believers, and they were the people started some schools there. There is no syllabus, curriculum for them. So we have translated our Brethren Sunday School curriculum into Kaubru language, and we are teaching those books as curriculum in their schools.
You have to build schools, build classrooms, build...
Yeah, in their local situation, it is with small huts or any kind of a building is enough for the schools, because people are living in huts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a refugee camp.
Refugee camp.
These are people who are not wanted anywhere.
Yes.
They're despised. They're told you can't come into our country, you can't go here, you have to stay here on these hillsides.
But by the grace of God, during the ministry of the last 7-8 years, we were able to establish 9 assemblies there in this refugee camp.
In the camp there are 9. That's a huge refugee camp there.
Yes, in most of the churches, 100-150 people are gathering.
How many people did you say are in these camps?
Altogether, there are 100,000 people.
Aye.
And now we have a project to train people and send into their respective camps. Because if we take these people out from the camp, they will not go back to their respective camps.
I see.
Because when they are exposed to the outside world, they feel good staying back in the
Well, the
city.
object is to leave the refugee camp and go into society, and so I can understand that. But the brethren who are doing the work, they're living in the refugee camp as well?
Very close to the refugee camps.
I
They
see.
cannot live in the camp because there are restrictions for them.
Oh, I see.
That's why recently when we went there, one of our Brother Raju K. Thomas, he moved with compassion for this particular group of people. He purchased their land and he made a training center and a house for the evangelists there.
I see.
So he invested almost $75,000 to develop this camp
And
center.
this is nearby the refugee camp.
Very close to the...
So they can go over and minister and then go home and
yeah.
take rest.
Now we are training people to minister in the assemblies as well as with the people. So this is not only a biblical training center, we have a vocational training center also.
Really?
So we are trying to teach these men and women some job.
What kind
work,
of vocation?
Tailoring.
I see.
Like
Stitching.
Stitching.
Nice.
Yeah.
They can go home and make a living.
So
like
they can make some living from out of this. So it is functioning well. We have already done the first batch, and they are the people already trained in different Bible schools, and they are the people going and looking after the 9 assemblies now. An assembly hall can be built with $500. $500
they can be indoors with their own place to gather.
Yes.
And the refugee camp will give them a a small plot of land for this?
There's no problem so far.
Just build it.
Build it, and they will gather together, and in each assembly we have 150 to 200 people gather.
Well, there's great potential there to do
Yeah.
great work for the Lord.
So that's why our aim is to win that particular Riyang group for the glory of God, for the Lord Jesus Christ. So brother and the family are staying there and doing that job. Please pray for that job. And whenever you visit India, make a point to visit this Riyang tribals camp, and you will get accommodation and facilities there to live for a couple of days.
Now, are the people welcome from the West to come to the dedication on the 8th of December?
Yeah, we are longing to see you there.
Really?
Steve and Nancy must be there. You
Well, I mean,
you are a
not
part
just
of our...
myself and Nancy, but all these people out here in North America, there's a welcome for them in India?
Well, let me say from my heart, the people in North America, Canada, they are the people really praying and supporting for this ministry. They spend a lot of money to see that this camp center is coming up. We appreciate that. We praise God for that. We appreciate your commitment for the Lord. When you are investing a small amount in the name of the Lord, it will go a long way. It will win many thousands of people in India. So come and join on this celebration when we are dedicating this wonderful camp center for the glory of God in India. So I'm sure you will make a point to visit us in December. Book your ticket now. Come and join us during the first week of December. We will have people from all over India. There will be a all India VBS teachers conference during that week. We will have the convocation of the master teachers training on the 7th of December, and on 8th the great dedication service. Will you come?
I can tell you this, now's the time to get yourself a passport if you don't have one. You can get one online, and you can also get your Indian visa online. You can get a 6-month India visa, good for 6 months staying in India. No problem. You just get a tourist visa and a passport, and you can get a round-trip ticket to India for about $1,500. You'll have a grand time, and they will treat you like royalty there. There's nobody that's been so good to us as God's people in India. So he's a very serious and sincere when he's saying, do come to the dedication. They will be so encouraged to see people who have prayed for them, who have supported them over the years from the other side of the world. The Christians in India have never forgot that the people who came and laid down their lives for the gospel's sake and brought them out of Hindu darkness into God's marvelous light. And they appreciate it, like the brother said, they appreciate it to this day. So you go, and you'll have a wonderful welcome there and a warm time you will never forget. Myself and my wife are living witnesses to that truth. We went to India 20 years ago. We've been going ever since. Just because of the love of God that is shed abroad from one Christian heart to another. You really experience it there. You sense it and feel it like, well, I don't want to say like no other place. We feel it amongst God's people everywhere. But there's a special warmth over there and appreciation for those who have gone on before over the years and ministered through prayer and support to the work in India. So the brother is very sincere. Do go. You will not be disappointed.